Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Monday, September 14th, 2015, around 7:45 in the evening in Belleville, Massachusetts. Sun's been down for about 20 minutes or so, and getting used to the earlier sunsets. Sign that winter's coming, but we're going to have a warm-up for the rest of the week and into the weekend, which is good. Summer's still technically here for another 7 days and stuff. Some news to report. Disney is considering making a updated version of Mary Poppins, the classic 1964 musical starring Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke. I think this is a big mistake. Don't want to remake classic movies like Mary Poppins and stuff. It would not be good as the original. And Nickelodeon is considering having a classic 90s television network devoted to cartoons called Splat. That's a good idea. Maybe they should have a classic Nickelodeon channel with reruns like Today's Special, and you can't do that on television, Special Delivery, Pinwheel, Double Dare, and other great shows of the 80s on Nickelodeon. That would be a good idea. That's about it on the news. My third and final video blog subject of the night is my personalized profile. Tonight's personalized profile is about WWE Hall of Famer, the late, great, sensational Sheri, Queen Sheri, sensuous Sheri, Sheri Martel. Sheri Martel was one of the most famous women's wrestlers in history, and she was one of the best women's managers of all time. And she was very, very great. And she held the AWA and WWE Women's title. Sheri was born in Birmingham, Alabama, under the name Cheryl Russell, and she became a big wrestling fan when she was younger. When she was a kid, when her mother would take her and her sisters to the wrestling matches and stuff. And Sheri wanted to become a professional wrestler. In 1974, she approached Grizzly Smith at a wrestling event. Grizzly Smith is Jake the Snake Roberts' father, and he also was handled a lot of stuff backstage for like several regional wrestling territories. And he told Sheri to come back when she's an adult, because back then, she was only a teenager. And then Sheri eventually, did come back, and she got trained by the Fabulous Moolah and stuff. She made her debut in 1981 in wrestling for several southern regional territories and stuff under the name Sheri Martel and stuff. She was once managed by Jim Cornette. Then she wrestled briefly for Japan, but she got injured and she stopped wrestling for a while. During her spare time, she was actually an exotic dancer and stuff. But eventually, she went back to do wrestling. She went to the AWA because Larry Sapisco put in a good word for her. In 1985, that's the first Super Clash at the old Comiskey Park in Chicago. Sheri Martel beat Candy Devine to win the AWA Women's title. She would hold that title for 2 other times, and she was also a manager in the AWA. She managed such wrestlers as Playboy Buddy Rhodes and Pretty Boy Doug Summers to the AWA World Tag Team titles. She would do a lot of interfering and stuff. She also managed Kevin Kelly and Nick Kiniski as well. But in the summer of 1987, she got a call from the WWE saying, we would like you to come to Houston, Texas, and you become the women's champion. And Sheri Martel beat the Fabulous Moolah for the WWE Women's title, but Moolah was retiring and stuff like that. Eventually, the WWE phased out the women's division and stuff, and Sheri, for a while, actually had put on a blonde wig and dress 50 style as Peggy Sue as manager of the hockey, was girlfriend of the Honky Tonk Man. That was, stupid gimmick and stuff for Sheri to do, but she was under contract. They had to let her do something. Eventually, in April of 1989, Sheri became manager of Macho Man Randy Savage, and she was dubbed Sensational Sheri. Eventually, Macho Man Randy Savage became king, and she got a new title, Queen Sheri, and she would do a lot of interfering and stuff. She would have a loaded purse and stuff and help out Macho Man. She would have like fights with Miss Elizabeth and Sapphire. They had Macho King Randy Savage and Sensational Queen Sheri had a mixed tag team match with Dusty Rhodes and Sapphire at WrestleMania 6, which was pretty good and stuff. And they did that all around the house show circuit in the WWE. Eventually, Randy Macho Man Savage retired at WrestleMania 7 with losing to the Ultimate Warrior. Sheri got so mad, beat up on Savage, but Miss Elizabeth made the save and stuff. But Sheri went to manage the $1 Million Man in the WWE for a while. Then she managed the Hotberry Kid Shawn Michaels. She actually sang Sexy Boy and stuff, and she was pretty good with Shawn Michaels and stuff. Eventually, Sheri got knocked out when Marty Jannetty came back to the WWE and feuded with Shawn Michaels. Then Sheri turned face and aligned herself with Marty Jannetty and Tatanka. She had a brief feud with Luna Vachon. But in the summer of 1993, Sheri was fired by the WWE because she failed a drug test. Then, for a while, for about a year, Sheri wrestled in independence with ECW and Smoky Mountain Wrestling and managing and stuff. She had a brief feud with Tammy Lynn Sitch and stuff. Eventually, she went to WCW in the spring of 1994 as Sensuous Sheri, and she managed Ric Flair. She did a lot of interfering when Ric Flair was feuding with Hulk Hogan and stuff. Once Ric Flair was forced to retire when he lost to Hulk Hogan at Halloween High of 1994, Sheri managed Harlem Heat, and she was called Sister Sheri, and she led Harlem Heat to several WCW World Tag Team Championships. Then she got involved, got interfered a lot. Then she was in a love romance with Colonel Aloha Parker, and who was a fellow manager. And for the next year, they were in so much love with each other and stuff like that. Colonel Aloha Parker briefly had an affair in the storyline with Medusa, and Sheri, had briefly with feuding with Medusa and stuff, but discontinued with the love affair with Colonel Parker and Sensuous Sister Sheri until the fall of 1996 when Harlem Heat and Sheri turned on Colonel Parker, and Colonel Parker got the Imagines, French Canadians, Jacques Rougeau and Pierre Lafitte, Carl Louette and stuff. And they had a brief feud and stuff. Eventually, Sheri got fired by WCW in July of 1997 due to a contract dispute. And for the rest of her, professional career in wrestling, she bounced around from several independents and stuff. She briefly made a comeback in WCW in 2000, but she wasn't off her contract. She, was bouncing around. She actually made a WWE appearance in 2005 with Kurt Angle and stuff, promoting his match against Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 21. And Sheri got the ankle lock submission on her. In 2006, Sheri was inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame, and that was one of her last appearances in pro wrestling. She made one TNA appearance in the fall of 2006, and in June of 2007, Sheri passed away at the age of 49 of apparent drug overdose and stuff. And it was very, very sad. She was only 49 years old. Sheri had great talent for being a great women's wrestler and probably one of the best women's managers of all time. But like other wrestlers, she battled a lot of demons with like drug abuse and alcohol abuse. Very, very sad. But she was one of the best, and she was nicknamed Scary Sheri by Bruce the Bobby Beefcake. That's about it on these video blogs. I will be back tomorrow, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. You're going to get 3 more video blogs. First video blog will be about the top 10 greatest tag teams of all time that never won the WWE Tag Team Championship. Second video blog of the day will be about MBTA bus route 108 from Wellington Station to Linden Square in Malden. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about WWE Hall of Famer, the late great Mae Young. Like I always say, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, keep calm, and I'm a Julie Bunny guy. Molly Rosenblatt of Fox 35 rocks and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hart of Local 6 is so stunning. Amy Swansea of Wish 2 rocks. And in the words, Bob Redding, former executive director of the Boys and Girls Club, Grey Bell Ecker, that's a possibility. Goodbye, everybody.